In this video, I'm going to tell you about a teacher who yelled at me. This was during my second year in elementary school. I was a kid with ADHD and autism, so my learning process wasn't as fast as the other kids. The teacher in my school was nice to the other kids, except for me. I think she had the right to be, considering I was in a good two shoes. Once the 3 o'clock bell rings, everyone was allowed to leave the classroom, except me. The teacher tells me to wait in class while the other students leave. I watched my classmates leave until it was just me and a teacher. She walks towards me and tells me to open my desk. I didn't question it. I just did what she told me to do. She grabs my journal, folders, and some paperwork and throws them on the floor. I didn't question it. I just hold my hands behind my back and stay quiet. She yells at me and tells me to pick up my stuff. I wasn't really sure why she was making me do this, but I figured if I did what I was told, she would let me leave the classroom. She yells at me to pick up my stuff so I could prove I could do a simple task. Fortunately, my dad saw this happening and told me to pick up my stuff despite what he saw. I was happy to see my dad and immediately threw my stuff inside my desk and left the classroom with my dad. Back at this now, I was amazed how calm he was, despite what he saw the teacher do to me. She tried to talk to my dad and explain her actions, but my dad wasn't buying her foolish story. We left we left without hearing her words. He told my mom what had happened at school, and she was furious at the teacher. Fortunately, it was my dad who saw. If it were my mom, she would have snapped at her and probably thrown chanclas at her. My mom calmed down a bit and she went with my dad to talk to the school principal about it the next day. Fortunately, my school principal didn't believe my dad's story. They said he was making it up. Why would he be making this up if he saw it with both of his eyes? My dad tells them. While this is happening away from me, my speech therapist pulls me out of the classroom. I thought it was going to be a regular activity in her small office, but no. She asks me if what my teacher did was true, which I told her yes. I grabbed my things and she throws them on the floor. I told her yes. She grabbed my things and threw them on the floor. She was shocked and in disbelief. She kindly tells me to follow her to the principal's office where my mom and dad were. I see the principal and my parents. The principal asked me if what my parents are saying is true. I told him yes. The principal apologizes to my parents for her actions. She said it was her who hired the main teacher. She didn't know that the main teacher had this kind of bad behavior behind her smile. I never thought much about this incident, nor had any idea why. They had asked me several times to confirm what the main teacher had done to me. I was simply following the teacher's orders and hoped I would leave the class early. Fortunately, on that fateful day, my dad was there to catch her in the act of her actions. The mean teacher was fired and left the school immediately. I didn't think much of this story till I had finished recording Uncharted 3.